Star Report. I'm your host, Star. Welcome to the show. Early afternoon research edition, okay? The Cult of NatureBoy examined in new docuseries on Hulu. I watched 3 episodes this morning. 3 episodes so that I could talk to you about it. NatureBoy, who I became familiar with years ago, and he's serving life without the possibility of parole, okay? And some of you may say, who? Well, if you have any experience, understanding, or knowledge of cults, he was running a cult. And in my opinion, what made his cult more dangerous and damaging to the people in the long run is because social media. Sadly, he was funded by many of you. Oh, yes, he was. He was able to move his family, team, if you will, Carbonation, to multiple countries and states to do his dirty deed. Now, I have discussed cults on this platform and on radio, going back decades, but I have no firsthand experience. I've known people, survivors, if you will. I've had some of them on the show. I feel for them, but at the same time, being a non-believer in the theory of God, I don't support mysticism. I do know that most of your cults, the underlying theme, tone, if you will, has to do with a godlike figure, Messiah. And when you fall into that category, that place of looking to someone for the answers in your life, then it can be a very tragic end. So that's my focus here this afternoon, the Cult of NatureBoy. And I'm going to watch part 4. I thoroughly enjoyed parts 1, 2, and 3. And I know it's, for those of you who saw it, yes, it's not as hardcore as what we knew it to be. But I got to be honest with you. Going back maybe 7 or 8 years, when he came out and admitted to doing gay porn on multiple occasions, that's when I said, whoa, I'm cool on this guy. Prior to that, I just looked at him as, another entertaining guy, but he admitted to it, and I'll play that video a little bit later. He said that was his hustle, gay porn, but he denounced being homosexual. You can look up gay for pay if you like. We've discussed that years ago. That's an actual genre where, guys do gay porn, but they say, well, I'm not gay, I just do gay porn. Yeah, anyway, so that's my show here this afternoon. Also, new details, in the David murder case. He spells his name D4BD. Gruesome details. Holy smokes. I have no proof if this guy is guilty or innocent, but if he's not guilty, Lord have mercy, he's got some explaining to do. Hey, good afternoon, in the live chat. You guys there? Members only. Thank you for being a member. I want to talk to people who are informed here this afternoon. But let me just be clear. I do recommend the docu-series. All right. Excuse me. I'll get to some of the details here shortly. Coming up a little bit later. Not right now. I have somewhat of a basketball question. As you know, I don't discuss basketball on the show anymore because the game is different. I can't grasp the gather step or the Euro step. But if I were to put these two people against each other, who would you pick? Clyde Drexler versus Charles Barkley. Let me say that again. Clyde Drexler, a.k.a. Clyde the Glide, versus Charles Barkley. Troll babies, before we get into the show here. Who would you pick? In terms of greatness, better than the other, okay? Okay, hey, thank you for your early support. Hey, Elvis the Chef, how are you, man? Might you want to tap in after I play these videos? Please let me know, okay? All right, let's get down to business. This is the official trailer. This came out 5 days ago on, on this particular site, it came out 5 days ago, but the trailer and the movie, you can go to Hulu for more updates and details. All right, let's get down to business.
You want to know what I've been doing for the last 4 years? I was in a cult, man. Who am I?
NatureBoy.
NatureBoy. NatureBoy.
We wanted to trust him in everything he did. He was king, he was God.
You know this is not how life's supposed to be.
He would preach, go into nature and get in tune with the planet.
It was clear he wanted to build the following.
Is this thing working? My inbox jam-packed with the one question: how do I join?
There were a ton of people coming from all over the world. It seemed like what he had was a utopia.
I was just super excited where NatureBoy is. That's where I'll find my truth.
I just got on the flight.
First 3 months were great. Waking up in paradise.
But who he became, it's like night and day.
I am your Messiah. You all bow to me.
They put out NatureBoy to be a criminal.
A cult leader.
Something was screaming at me no. But I ignored it.
Disrespect God and see what happens. What in the world is going on here?
There was brainwashing, mind manipulation.
It got to a point you no longer trust yourself. It's cult leader 101. Who is your God?
You are great.
And things started to escalate.
He separated the women and men. It was so scary.
You in captivity.
She was reported missing.
I am God.
I never imagined what it culminated into.
It comes with SWAT team. Get on now. They breaking the door open. Don't shoot me. I am God.
We were his play toys. He had to be destroyed.
Nothing dies in nature.
Okay, that's the trailer, and I'm going to play a news video as well where they're interviewing two people. Chantel, the internet detective who documented most of NatureBoy's, transgressions, if you will, and the way that he treated people in carbonation. Let me also say salute to Sweet Ma for Life, okay, and Neek at Night, two of the people that I know that we're dragging that nigga from the very start. You guys know who Sweet Ma for Life is? Or Neek at Night. Phenomenal work that they did, and they are in the docu-series, so I do urge you to see it. Let me look in the live chat real quick, okay? Okay, we have ourselves some comments from the members. Okay, we're going to get to that. Now, let me play another video here with regards to an interview to give more context. For those who don't know, you never heard of NatureBoy, I think this is something worth seeing for those of you who don't, necessarily care for or understand cults, okay? This particular video, ABC News. I'm going to get your comments on the screen shortly. Just bear with me, okay? Here we go.
Well, it was promised to be a black utopia, but survivors say it turned into something far more sinister. Back in 2016, a rising social media star named Elegio Bishop, also known as NatureBoy, recruited followers into a group called Carbon Nation. Well, he encouraged them to abandon their families and join his alternative lifestyle community. But it devolved into an environment marked by manipulation and escalating violence. And it's all documented in the latest ABC News Studios docuseries, The Cult of NatureBoy.
I've been doing for the last 4 years. I was in a cult, man. Who am I?
NatureBoy.
NatureBoy.
You know this is not how life's supposed to be.
Where NatureBoy is, that's where I'll find my truth.
I am your Messiah. Bow to me. What in the world is going on here?
Something was screaming at me no, but I ignored it. There was brainwashing, mind manipulation. He was king, he was God.
Whoa. Joining me now, Chantel Coleman, the internet detective who actually documented NatureBoy's abuse for years and played a key role in taking him down. And we also have Janae Newell, a former member of Carbon Nation. Great to have you both. Janae, I want to start with you because you have been outspoken about surviving this cult. What do you think? And I don't mean to be so direct, but we are very curious. The worst part of your journey, the part when you had a wake up call that something wasn't right.
I would say the worst part of my journey is not only seeing myself lose myself, but seeing others lose themselves as well. Is it coming in clear?
Oh, yes. We've got you coming in very clear. Go ahead. Continue. Tell us about what you experienced.
Thank you. I've experienced multiple signs of abuse. I've experienced mass manipulation around not just my own mind. I've seen other minds be taken over as well. I have experienced emotional abuse. I've also experienced physical abuse, not by him, but by the members. I've seen a lot of things and experienced a lot of things that not only tarnished my soul, but just helped me to understand that this wasn't the right path for me. And it made me feel like I had to stand up and fight and be a voice for what the right path is instead of what it's not.
Well, it sounds like,
yeah,
it sounds
I
like
did not
you
like the abuse at all.
Well, you turned a horrible situation clearly into something very positive, clearly a lot stronger now because of it. And I want to ask you more about what you experienced. But Chantel, I'm just curious, how did you originally come across NatureBoy online and then, notice and document the abuse that you were seeing?
Completely by accident. I stumbled across a debate video on YouTube. He was in a jungle setting with a bunch of followers behind him. And something about that dynamic immediately caught my attention. I have a degree in psychology that I never used, but something absolutely clicked. My mother is a social worker. She has always instilled values within her children of empathy and compassion. And I knew something was off just due to the control and beyond anything I'd ever imagined. Just what I saw, I knew that something was wrong, just the way that he controlled them.
Did you find it odd that you were able to watch this?
Yes, absolutely. And that is why I took that opportunity to start archiving this cult. I figured that at some point in the future, they might end up being studied in college classrooms. I never recalled us really going over cults in college. It was always, serial killers and things of that nature. But I knew that at some point, the fact that he was documenting all of his live streams on a daily basis, sometimes 24 hours a day, that this was an opportunity that I needed to take to archive this just in case. And I never expected that it would culminate to what it eventually did.
Wow. So Janae, explain to us, the recruitment process and tactics. How were you drawn in? What made you believe in this cult in the first place?
Well, prior to joining the cult, you have to go through an initiation process. Like 30 to 90 days, you're supposed to isolate yourself from your family, from your friends, from society in the whole entirety, and just basically watch his videos. You're watching his videos, you're listening to the music that the cult produce, you're listening to everything that he says and doing everything that he do. You're supposed to be doing like things like going out into nature and also taking your things out into nature, living out in nature, sleeping out in nature. But not only that, proclaiming the kingdom of God, basically taking yourself on video and taping yourself, talking exactly what he's saying. So that was basically the initiation process. You had to separate yourself from everything and everyone that you loved.
Sounds like that's the first sign.
Saturate your mind.
Yeah, that someone knows that someone should realize this isn't right,
I mean, no disrespect, but Janae, the one on the bottom half of the screen there, she's from Georgia. I have not seen part 4 of the docu-series yet, but she had been traveling, correct me if I'm wrong, around the world. How did she fall into NatureBoy's mind games and bullshit, if you will? How did she fall for that? I mean, she's laughing now, but she became a member of Carbonation. I just wanted to point that out.
Anything that is healthy, you don't cut yourself off from everybody that you love. Did you think that you were going to find were you looking for something? What were you searching for? Was it meaning? Was it community? What was it you were struggling with where you felt this could be the answer for you?
It was purpose. It was calling. It was wanting to something to believe in, of course. I wanted to believe in myself more and feel more empowered. And with this group, it was basically promoting empowerment, and not just empowerment for all people, but especially for the melanated people, people of color. Around that time, we were definitely being killed left and right, and I just wanted to be a part of something that was positive and showing that the world can be a wonderful place if we just live properly and naturally, a part of nature. So I was searching for communion, but also being in purpose.
Chantel, what's the latest on NatureBoy? Have you heard from him or his followers recently?
I have. They've been active. I've been engaging them as of yesterday. So they are still active. NatureBoy is finding ways to still communicate with followers. He's still finding ways to get his followers to recruit from prison. We've had to contact the Georgia prison multiple times to get him off of live streams that he's been doing from his prison cell. So we know where he lives. We know the entire setup. But we are keeping tabs on him because his recruitment process is very damaging and it's very dangerous. And I just really hope that people take away from this that they need to know what their young adults, their young kids, their, whatever age range, because he's able to capture, to Janae's point, the minds of people of all diverse age range. But he's still active. He's just not as active as he once was, and he never will be.
Well, Chantel, we know you will stay on the story. It's incredible work exposing this. And Janae, you are a true survivor and such a good spokesperson for what it means to go through something like this and come out stronger than ever. I appreciate both of you ladies very, very much.
Thank you.
Of course.
Hey there, area code 876. Is that who I think it is? Calling in from Jamaica. 876.
Yeah, man. Bless up, Star Wagwan.
Hey, how are you, man?
I had to chime in
Yes,
on this whole situation. Even though I haven't checked out the documentary yet, I actually do have first-hand experience with a cult in California. And I fortunately was able to dodge a bullet, and I got out before I got too deep. But I was able to observe their initial manipulations and the way they use the same, tactics that the military use, where they build you up after they break you down completely. And the way I kind of got into it, you said before, was, do people fall into this because they're looking for something?
Right.
I was in my early 30s, and I was kind of trying to find myself, and there was something.
That's kind of late, to be honest with you. Usually people get into cults in their 20s, late 20s at the most. That's, wow. Go ahead.
It's weird because there was a variation of people who fell victim to this. From the youngest was 18 and they were grandmothers. So it was different people from all walks of life because, just the whole psychological aspect of knowing yourself, knowing your purpose, all that kind of stuff. I was looking for that. So they kind of had answers that I had questions to. So initially I went in and it had 3 segments because that's how they get you. They initially seemed very harmless and okay, this is in my best interest. And so I went on the first level. The first level helped. And the way I can describe it is, the first part is like a tooth cleaning for your soul. And then once you get through that, you feel all nice and glossy. They tell you, do the next stage, which of course you have to pay for. The initial thing was $700. Then the next thing is $2,000. And I'm not going to lie, I got some significance out of it.
Well, hang on a second. How long were you in the cult and how did you get out?
How long was I in it? Well, I was in it for about, a total of about 3 weeks to a month, because they kind of initiate you into it before the actual events. They'll call you.
You did a skid bid, respectfully. No. I thought you were going to say 5 years. You did a skid bid.
No, but all right, here's the thing, all right? My roommates and the people who I was around were stuck in it long after I left. So I was able to observe what it did to them. My 2 roommates, they stayed in it full-fledged all the way to the end, spent thousands of dollars, literally lost their jobs, because what they would tell you is, what we're giving you is more important than the job. And by the time they're done with you, you're convinced and you're like, okay, I'm going to leave my job that pays me, go up to Orange County, which is about a 2-hour drive from LA, do absolutely everything they tell me for free, because they've somehow convinced me that it's for the greater good. And if you object, you are somehow wrong.
Right. Well, listen, I hate to cut you short. I recommend you go see it. Maybe you can call back and we can pick up the conversation. There's a lot of things that, they did not put in what I saw so far, the 3 parts, but I do recommend it. All right?
I'm kind of familiar with it, and I know it's heavy. So.
But if you haven't seen it, I got to keep it pushing. I got to keep it pushing.
No problem. No problem. No problem. Bless up.
In that video, that was me, bro. That homosexual video. Like the video with the white dude, I was me, bro. Like, I'm gonna just tell you right now, it was me, And that's just a part of my life where I was just doing anything, you know what I'm saying? It's wild shit. I was doing crazy shit for money. So that was me in the homosexual video, man. Did y'all hear me? Did you want to clip that? Oh, he admitted it. That was me, bro. That was a point in my life where I did a lot of homosexual acts. You know what I'm saying? For money. I'm not a homosexual. That's just the truth. But it was a hustle for me, and I did it. That was something that was always haunting me. You know what I'm saying?
So he admitted to hustling for money, homosexual acts, but he's not homosexual. Okay. Guys, to my knowledge, he's a New York nigga. Yes, born and raised in New York City.
Lifestyle and it is what it is, bro. Y'all can hate me. I did it. You know what I'm saying? I was trying to be bisexual. I was trying to, for the benefits, I was trying to do everything for the money. Like, it didn't matter. I was hustling, bro. I come from a very poor background. Like I told you. I come from I was fucked up out there. No mother, no father, everything. You know what I'm saying? So it didn't matter to me. I was going to get it. So you know what I'm saying? So, I did some things I'm not very proud of, and that was one of the things that haunted me. And it came out. And it was very embarrassing. I was embarrassed about that. But it's the truth. You know what I'm saying? That, it is what it is. That's me. You know what I'm saying? And that was me. And I went and I did some low down shit. Like, that's what I did, bro. And I don't know how to say that's who I was at the time.
Okay. Serious question, and I would love for a female to call, and even if you have not seen the docu-series, do you respect men who come clean like that and admit to, as he just said, hustling for money? So we're not talking once or twice. He said hustling, doing gay porn. He admitted to that pretty early in his career. If memory serves me, early in his cult developmental. That was before they moved to Costa Rica, before they moved to Hawaii. This is back when young Pharaoh was just coming on the set. Yes, no? Area code 972, you there? Good afternoon. Please watch the language.
Hey, what's up, boss nigga?
Hey, man, what's going on with you?
I'm doing good, man. Great topic, man. Great topic for the day, man.
Well, it's a very serious topic. Please watch the language. Any experience with regards to cults or people surviving cults? Yes, no?
Not really, man. But the NatureBoy situation, man, I've been following that situation for a long time, man. Okay. Through young Pharaoh. Mm-hmm. So young Pharaoh used to go in on the kid, but
right.
Then I started kind of watching some of.
How's he doing? Because he had a rough time. Is he okay?
I haven't really been catching up with him, man. I haven't really been catching up with a lot of stuff like that. I've been away from any of that stuff, but okay. I just seen this topic. I was just interested just to put my 2 cents into it.
Well, tell us what you think. And I got to ask you the most important question. Were you sending donations to Carbonation? A lot of people were. That's how he was able to travel, right? From Hawaii, Costa Rica, where else? California? Where else were they living?
Yeah. It was everywhere in South America, man. Not at all, man. It was clown stuff, but it was like reality TV, man. Some of the best stuff and weird stuff, man. That guy is weird, and Young Pharaoh was putting him on blast, and people didn't catch.
Sir, with all due respect, Young Pharaoh is, come on, let's bring it up to speed here. Young Pharaoh, that's old. What about now? Anything now with regards to the docu-series? You going to watch it?
Yeah, I did watch it. I think the young lady, the light-skinned girl, I think she should also go down with him, man, because she was around when he was doing a lot of stuff.
Mm-hmm. Give me her name, sir. Give me her name.
Velvet.
Velvet, yeah.
Velvet. Yes. She was around him for a lot of stuff. I think her family was looking for her for a long time, and they couldn't find her, and she was running away with him and doing a lot of stuff with him. So she should be part of the, she should be questioned about a lot of the stuff, too.
Well, did she testify against him? I didn't see part 4. To my knowledge, when she left, remember she left and she had his baby, had a daughter. Yes, no? Was it a girl or a boy? I forget.
I'm not sure about that, but she had his baby. I think a few of them girls had his babies, I think, because it was a bunch of stuff going on.
Was she a part of the trial? I'm going to play a video also with regards to the trial. Do you know that much?
That part I'm not sure about, but I just know that she was really part of his movement. She was the queen of his movement. So yeah.
Okay. I appreciate the call, man. Salute.
Yes, sir. Thank you for.
Guys, is Young Pharaoh okay? He crashed out. Young Pharaoh, correct me if I'm wrong, from Buffalo, New York. I remember when he came down to 125th Street. They saw that as, and Black News 102, and he was a front runner for a while, right? And then he and General Sarah Suit and said he fell out. Okay, Deeds says Velvet did testify against NatureBoy. NatureBoy lived in New Jersey from age 11 in a foster home. His foster mother adopted him and his brother. Okay. Guys, I can't play any of the docu-series other than the trailer because it'll be a copyright strike for certain, okay? Okay. Sheesh. Let me switch it up here a second. Just to be fair. I was talking to a buddy of mine earlier with regards to Clyde Drexler, a.k.a. Clyde the Glide. Can you guys see that, showrunner? Clyde Drexler versus Charles Barkley. Just a question. He never got the respect, but he is one of the top 50. Yes, if memory serves me correctly, top 50 NBA greatest of all time. Truth be told, Michael Jordan always downplayed Clyde's greatness. Yes, no? Acted like he was just, I don't want to say act like he was a bum, but, just didn't give him the proper credit I thought that he deserved, okay? All right. Sit tight in the queue. Hi, Miriam, I got your donation. I do want to play another video here with regards to the new details, of singer David. Hold on. This is pretty intense here. Again, I don't know this guy's music, but anybody want to chime in? Do you think he's guilty, innocent? It looks a little crazy. Buying stuff online. Hack chainsaws. Here we go.
Gruesome new details this morning just made public in the murder case against the singer known as David.
Gigi joins us now with more on what prosecutors unveiled in this new court document right away. We just want to let you know these allegations are very disturbing.
They are, especially when you consider that she's basically a child,
right?
Celeste Rivas Hernandez. Prosecutors filed a brief yesterday with the evidence they say they have against singer David, whose real name, by the way, is David Burke. They detail what they describe as the horrifying steps that the singer took to dismember and then hide the body of his teenage girlfriend after they say he stabbed her to death last April. According to the document, which outlines evidence prosecutors plan to present, the singer-songwriter placed the teenager's body after killing her in a blue inflatable pool in his garage, and this was done to keep blood off the floor. And again, this is just an allegation, but it is very difficult to hear. The DA's office says he removed her limbs. He dismembered her with a chainsaw, one of 2 that he had ordered online. They also say he ordered a shovel, a cadaver bag, and other materials using a fake name, Victoria Mendez, and had them delivered to his Hollywood Hills home after the murder. They say he also ordered something called a burn cage. That's to burn evidence. The decomposed torso and head of 14-year-old Celeste Rivas Hernandez were found in September inside a cadaver bag in the trunk of the Tesla that belongs to Burke. A plastic garbage bag was under the cadaver bag with her arms and...
Let me just jump in here for a second. I have no proof, but it sounds like the actions of a young person today. They do everything online. The goddamn apps, they order things, Amazon, and that's normal to them. Not trying to downplay or make fun of how she was killed, but an older person from my generation, we would go 20 miles away to a hardware store and pay with cash. Don't order shit online. Fucking goofy.
Legs. The prosecutors say her ring and pinky finger on her left hand, one of those fingers tattooed with Burke's name, were missing, and prosecutors say they were amputated by the singer and have never been found. The Tesla was towed to an impound lot where workers noticed a bad odor and called police. The brief also outlines a possible motive for murder. According to prosecutors, the singer wanted to silence Celeste after she threatened to go public with their relationship. Prosecutors say the pair had a sexual relationship that started when Celeste was only 13 years old.
Oh, my goodness. She was a baby. 13, not 15, not 17, 13.
But they claim they had actually been involved since she was 11. Burke has pleaded not guilty to first-degree murder and other charges. And at his April 20th arraignment, David's lawyer said the evidence will actually prove that he did not murder Celeste. Certainly some very disturbing allegations.
Yeah, in those documents, it also showed that once her parents found out about this alleged relationship, they took her cell phone away, and that he had purchased a separate cell phone to get sent to her at her school. Text messages, a lot of the evidence here. What more do we know about that?
Well, they say that Celeste had been reported missing, and when she returned home, her parents took away her cell phone. So prosecutors claim that singer David paid $1,000 to a student at her junior high school to give her a burner phone, a cell phone that he had bought for her that her parents wouldn't know about, and that he went to all this trouble. And by that point, they claim he knew she was a minor because she had been reported missing, and because parents thought she was in this relationship with David. They had sent the sheriff's department to do a welfare check.
Right.
And they told David, hey, she's, only 13 years old. And he said, oh, I had no idea. I thought she was over 18. And they say that the cell phone that he gave her was after he knew that she was a minor.
Wow. And so they're doing these like digital forensics now. They're combing through all the pictures. They even said that there was child pornography on this phone. Anything else that we know that they've discovered so far from all of that digital evidence?
The text messages, they are listed, some of them are listed in detail, and prosecutors say that the text messages discuss a possible pregnancy, a possible abortion, Plan B, that the many text messages are sexual in nature, and perhaps more importantly, they allege that they had an entire argument via text message where Celeste threatened to discover their relationship, to make it public.
That explains some of the charges too.
That's, they say, is the motive for murder.
Also, I'm curious, as elaborate as it was, all these steps that allegedly were taken to try to dispose of the body, like there are witnesses or other accomplices that might have also taken part in all of this. And so maybe this will all come as they continue the investigation.
The investigation is still very active. They're still looking for more evidence. And coming up later on Good Day LA, we'll talk a little bit about the Uber and the text messages that police say David sent to Celeste after she was already dead.
All right.
Let's get that up off my screen. Lord have mercy. Guys, thank you for your comments. Hey, Miss Playful. Thank you for being a member. Hey, Kayla. A member left a comment. I want to thank you, sir, for being a member first and foremost. But where is it? Is it the great one? He said, where is that comment? God damn it. He said that Jordan respected Drexler. I beg to differ, sir. If you can call in and tell me something different, I can't find his. Michael Jordan was insulted that people used to compare him to Clyde Drexler. I saw him say it. Oh, wait a minute. Here's my homie. Florida Boy Jay, is that you, sir? Tapping in Thursday early evening. FBJ.
FBJ is tapping in. It looks like we are having a discussion today about a freaky black men and the deviant behaviors that will lead them to prison.
Yeah.
You know, in David's case, the quote, Lil Bootsy, you know, a boss call should be made on him. If you know what type of boss calls Bootsy was trying to make on niggas who violate people. I think for the algorithm, a boss call needs to be made on David once he gets convicted about this crime. This is a very
well. Now we don't know if he's guilty, so let's pace ourselves.
Right, allegedly.
I don't know his music, and I don't have the time to go back and listen. Was he telling on himself? Because a lot of times, you know, people say things, and there's a beat to kind of cushion it or insulate what they're saying. Did he speak about killing anybody or, you know, young shorties and stuff like that?
Yeah. He has a song about like, oh, I killed you in my dreams and all this other stuff. I feel like even the parents, when they find that out, you don't take a phone. You take a phone and you call the authorities. You don't this isn't like your daughter's talking to some 16-year-old, some 15-year-old, and, you know, he smokes weed and, you know, doesn't have any home training, so you're trying to ban your daughter. This isn't one of those situations. You're talking about a grown-ass man who is preying on your child, and you think taking a cell phone is going to do something. Well, like you said before, we're in the age of technology. She can contact him through ways that you'll never know about, i.e. him giving a burner phone, paying $1,000 to a kid to give to her to still keep up communication. You know, what day and age, and this is just like the R. Kelly situations or other situations where, you know, you have a child, and when you see a child going off on the wrong path, you need to cut the head off the snake. You can't try to soft parent certain kids when you're seeing that they're already too far gone in whatever it is that they're doing.
If I can jump in for a second, I'm not trying to blame the parents because, listen, I've had friends who their daughters, you know, when they were, you know, preteens, ran away with the boy and all sorts of shit. And you can't go out there beating up on somebody, shooting somebody. It's hard, man. So I can only, you know, feel for the family. But he is going to be facing a trial soon. He has requested an early hearing. Your thoughts? I mean, just, you know, just guessing. Do you think he's played a part? We have no proof, but what do you think?
Absolutely, man. I feel like once they say that, you know, they did discovery and found CP on devices, I'm talking about, you know, gigabytes, you know, terabytes of CP on devices owned by you. They're saying you went ahead, you know, you got the kiddie pool, you ordered a burn cage, you did all these things which have a digital footprint, and you could have just flew to Bali and been doing yoga with Russell Simmons. Like, honestly, if you're going to go through this amount of work to unalive somebody, you would think, like, and he was already overseas, you would think you would be going somewhere where you can be non-extradited and off the grid. But it's the arrogance, and him making songs is just like a lot of killers or a lot of criminals where they want to be caught. They want it, and I think you've heard this before with serial killers and a lot of people who commit crimes. They leave little cookie crumbs to be caught because it's the narcissism and the arrogance and the hunger for attention to be like, hey, look at me.
Well, again, we have no proof, so let's be careful trying to say that he did it, yada, yada, yada. Hey, man, you and I spoke earlier You went and saw the Michael movie, not once but twice. You want to talk about that, or do you want to address the cult of Nature Boy, the new docu-series? Florida Boy J.
I'm going to address the Mike movie, and I'm going to touch on the Clyde and Barkley before I dip off. The Michael Jackson movie. I would like to say I'm a Michael Jackson super fan. Okay. I grew up on Michael Jackson. I was born in '93, so I didn't experience the case and allegation Michael Jackson. But because I grew up in an FBA household, they didn't let those lies seep into my household.
Right.
The first album I bought, the first thing I bought my own money as a kid was Thriller, because I wanted to hear Human Nature. So when we go to the movie, if you're a Michael Jackson super fan, you have to understand that this movie is not made for us super fans who are meticulous about the certain outfits, the songs. Certain things are going to be inaccurate. This is a film about a musician. They have to make it consumable for the average audience, for the people who don't know Mike. This wasn't an enthusiast movie. So once you take your Super Mike nerd hat off and enjoy the film, you can enjoy the film. Okay? Was Coleman Domingo, did he put on the same performance of Joe Jackson that Homeboy did on Jackson's The American Dream back in
Lawrence Hilton Jacobs.
Yes. Mr. Jacobs put on the best Joe Jackson performance you're ever going to see. Angela Bassett outperformed and gave Catherine more life than Nia Long did. And this movie wasn't about the Jackson 5. It was about Mike. They captured the music, the performances, Jafar Jackson. It was times where you forgot it wasn't Michael Jackson by the makeup.
Wait. Florida Boy, just stop. Don't do that, please.
I'm talking about by the...
No, sir. He probably did a great job acting, but let's not get crazy. Now, hold on a second. Jafar is Jermaine's son, right? But
yes.
Did he ever marry that woman? Because Randy has 2 kids by her, and then Jermaine had 2 kids by her. Did Jermaine marry her?
Right.
Jafar's mother? I'm just curious.
I don't know all the way. I don't know. I can't say he did or he didn't. I didn't get that far into the Jackson lore about,
Gotcha. All right, just curious. Go ahead.
Yes. Like I said before, the outfits were great. They paced the movie too fast, but they say they made a 4-hour movie and they had to leave 2 hours on the cutting room floor. They already said that they already greenlit a sequel, a Michael Jackson 2 movie, which will probably dive deeper into post-88 and some of the song productions and things like that. And like I said before, of course we want to see how Off the Wall was made. Of course we want to see The Wiz. Diana Ross took a lot of her parts out, so you couldn't have the Studio 54, The Wiz, Meet the Quincy Jones. That was kind of rushed. Yeah, they should have spent more time talking about how they made Thriller. And then Bad, we didn't even get how we made Bad or Captain EO in 86 or We Are the World in 84. We didn't get those moments. Hopefully we get it in part 2 or director's cut. But Star, the performance when he did Human Nature, and if you watch the Michael Jackson tour or you seen it in person, go on YouTube, the way he did it, the way he broke down and started ticking at the end of Human Nature, that was beautiful. Because if you haven't seen the concert footage, you wouldn't have got it. You wouldn't have got how impactful that song is to the Michael Jackson fan, and how Michael, during his set list, Human Nature was one of those songs where Mike was like, I'm getting in my bag.
Did you go see Michael Jackson and his brothers live at any point? Like the Victory Tour?
Hell no. I was born in 93. It was over.
I'm sorry. Just
it was all over by then.
Gotcha. Pardon me. I'm having flashbacks. All right. So listen, man. I'm glad that a younger person like yourself can appreciate Michael Jackson. I'm not hating. I'll probably watch it when it comes on the free movie website. I don't want to see it whitewashed, and it's just, something that I can't relate to. The Jackson 5 were cool as hell back in the 70s. I was there, Madison Square Garden, on the Triumph Tour. So I'm a big-time Michael Jackson supporter. But I told you, man, in 2008 or 2009, I was heartbroken. Did you ever Google what you and I were talking about earlier? Supposedly, in 2008, Marlon was working at a supermarket, stocking shelves and packing grocery bags. Did you Google that?
Yeah, I did, and it kind of took me back, and it kind of made me sad all over again. How much money that they squandered after the victory tour.
Was that a rumor? Or what was that confirmed?
No.
Oh my.
No, that
God.
that was true, and I didn't like the fact that after the millions you made off of your brother's name, y'all ain't put in no stocks and bonds. Y'all ain't sit back. You squandered it on nefarious nigga trinkets, like you say, and you know, just bad money management, Star. Right. But I'll say this before I close out the Michael Jackson topic. Like I said, if you haven't seen the movie and you want to take your super fan hat off, just go see it, because right now Michael Jackson is dominating the music charts and the movie charts. Years after his death, that is the definition of a GOAT. And lastly,
hang on the screen, they're co-signing what you're saying, Mr. C-Note. FBJ isn't lying. I'm glad to hear that. Everybody doesn't have to know about back in the days. So they're saying you ain't lying. They're just bigging you up. Go ahead, Flobo J. You were saying? Go ahead.
Yeah, and when we want to talk about Barkley or Clyde Drexler, I'm a fan of both. I'm going with Clyde Drexler over Charles Barkley. Charles Barkley was getting packed. Listen, Charles Barkley couldn't win a ring with Moses Malone and Julius Dr. J. Irving on his team. I don't want to hear about how he had to leave the Sixers. You had the best center and the best wingman, but before Michael, the Jordan before Jordan, I don't care how old Julius Irving was. You had both of them on the team, and you couldn't get back past the white man, Larry Bird. Then, when they leave, the Sixers are one and done in the first round by Jordan and the Knicks and these other guys. You had to go to the Suns and win the championship one time. At least Portland in the Trailblazers, he had Terry Porter, Duckworth. But outside Terry Porter, he didn't have no all-stars. He didn't have no super team. He made it to the finals in a tough Western Conference, fought Magic Johnson, got past.
Well, but I hate to cut you short, man, but let's you and I talk behind the scenes. I don't want to go too far down the rabbit hole with basketball. It's just asking, but you're saying
Drexler,
Clyde the Glide. Clyde the Glide.
Clyde Drexler, yes, sir.
Great to talk to you, man. Salute.
Thank you, sir. You have a great day.
Yes, sir. FBJ. Okay, we got people trolling as usual. Nothing wrong with trolling. Any MJ fans want to have a sleepover? Yo, shit did get crazy. Who interviewed Michael Jackson? I forget what year that was, and he was trying to convince the guy. He said, "There's nothing greater than sharing your bed." He was talking about the sleepovers, and I said, "Oh, Mike, nigga, you're killing me." Sharing your bed, there's nothing better. And I said, "What the fuck? Thank you for your donation." All right. Maurice, got your donation, sir. Singer David is guilty, Star. The evidence is too overwhelming. They may be lining him up for possible serial killer behavior. Okay, the evidence will prove he did it, allegedly. Okay. Guys, it's a research show here. I'm talking about the Cult of NatureBoy, the new docu-series on Hulu. I'm going to watch part 4 tonight. I enjoyed it. Now, there's a lot of other things that were not in the docu-series. Did somebody die in a tent? You're looking in live chat. They were down in Mexico doing the most, and they got deported out of some of those places where they were living because they were streaming live all the time. If memory serves me correctly, it was like, people getting the big donations during that time. Wasn't it NatureBoy, Carbonation, and Dr. Umar Johnson? Donations, gifts. Oh, he was cashing in at one point. Area code 585. Good afternoon, good evening. Please watch the language. Are you there?
Yo, it's Long with a Y, Generation
Y. My guy, how you been, man? What's going on with you?
Good. The tall black genius. We're talking about cult leaders today. These niggas made it to Hulu? What?
Yeah. Come on.
The carbonation. Carbon is black. Everything is carbon, guys. We are the origin. If this is a FBA, a new path of thought. How many Caucasian cult leaders do you know? Crowley, Manson, NatureBoy, leading the charge for black cult leaders in America. He's going down in history.
I would say that Jim Jones was one of the most demonic, because a lot of people drank that potion and died, killed themselves. You know how many people died by way of Jim Jones? Or was that, too far back for you?
Oh yeah, I'm born. Or tell me, Jim Jones. He drank the Kool-Aid, okay? Yeah. And how many people died?
If I remember, it was a couple of hundred. Jim Jones. I'll Google it. But go ahead. What's going on with you, Lane? Go ahead.
Well, I think that's just weird. You get people inside a room and then tell them to drink the juice, and they die. Free my nigga Diddy. He was just fucking hoes.
Okay, Lane, I got to get you out of here, man. I can't do the profanity. It's too early. It's too early.
Excuse me, but I just the sexual understanding of spiritualism was explored by the black man besides the death concept, like Manson. So, but NatureBoy, where you went wrong was when you had the little girl sitting on your lap and you're doing all this sexual deviant acts as far as this homosexual lifestyle.
Did you see the docuseries Lane?
I did not see the docuseries.
Okay. I recommend you watch it, man. Good to talk to you. Anything else you want to mention? We're talking about a couple of things. Do you know this guy, the singer David? He's sounds like somebody you would have knowledge of. Yes, no? Singer David?
No, he's a light-skinned SoundCloud rapper, and the mainstream media did promote him just for him to be a huge murder mystery. Is this a huge conspiracy all along? Like, come on now.
Lane, he's not that light-skinned. And let me just go back for a second. In 1978, a total of 918 people died with the People's Temple Settlement in Jonestown, Guyana. 918 people. Yeah. Okay.
Come on, that's like walking into a shower and then it actually being a gas chamber. I don't believe the story, but
okay. Well, listen, go do your research. Good to talk to you, Lane. Too early for all that profanity. Sheesh. Hey, Penelope, I got your donation. Thank you very much. You can call in, darling. I mean, if you've been in a cult, educate us. I have very little, if any, knowledge. Guys, wasn't rapper Craig Mack, I don't want to say, was it a cult? Craig Mack, I think he passed away in South Carolina. I could be wrong. He was part of a religious organization. David Koresh, Waco, Texas. Folks, you have to watch the language. It's entirely too early. I'm just, I try to let people call in to talk about some of this stuff, but you got to watch your mouth. Okay, somebody sent me a long-ass email. Are you calling in? Please call in. I don't have my contacts, and I can't, hold on a second. I can't read long emails. Can you call in, darling? Okay. Please check your email. Feel free to call and educate us. Anybody in the live chat, anything else to say with regards to this docu-series? Yeah, I did get the email. Hold on a second. Here's somebody. Turkish death threat. Okay. Craig Mack was in Overcomer Ministry. Okay. Right. A South Carolina-based religious commune, widely described as a cult. Yeah, and he was sick too. He was sick, Craig Mack. Good guy. Met him years ago, man. I don't even want to tell you the story, man, but I tried to do what I could after the whole Bad Boy thing fell apart. He came up to the radio station. He had two 12 inches, and I played him. I said, man, listen, you, dog, just damn an appointment, man. Just come on up here. Guys, we have an update in case you don't know. The black man in New York City, well, Brooklyn, New York, who was beaten like an old Virginia slave in the liquor store, he's lawyered up. He's lawyered up. Beat him like an old slave. Can I just play this video for a second? I got time today. Hold on. 100 million. He'll probably get 500,000. They're not breaking niggas off like they used to. Here's the video. Hold on a second. Oh my God. Here we go.
They filed a $100 million lawsuit against the city, the NYPD, and all of the officers involved. Timothy Brown today saying that he will never be the same. Go ahead, take a look at this here. This is Mr. Brown entering the news conference earlier today. Now, he was using a cane to walk. You can see that he is hobbling and his arm is in a sling. His face is battered and bruised, and he has a black eye. His lawyers say he needed about 36 stitches in his leg that had been sliced open after the two detectives dragged him through broken glass on the floor of that liquor store. You know, that beating happened 2 weeks ago today in a liquor store in Cobble Hill, Brooklyn. Mr. Brown, who is a home health aide, as well as a licensed security guard, had stopped in the store about 4 o'clock in the afternoon to buy some wine after work. He says without any warning, the two detectives approached him, told him that he was under arrest, and they started punching and kicking him. Now, the detectives who work with Brooklyn North Narcotics, they had thought Mr. Brown was a drug associate of another suspect they had arrested earlier in the day. However, this was a case of mistaken identity.
I had no knowledge of who they were. I was in shock. I didn't understand what was going on. They said, "You're under arrest." And I said, "Why? I haven't done anything." And before I knew it, they grabbed me and started punching me.
I'll say he'll get 700K. 700K.
Through this litigation, hope to change the policies of the NYPD. We hope that there will be training such that these incidents will stop happening.
All right, now the NYPD's Internal Affairs Bureau is investigating the incident, as well as the NYPD's chief of department. The two detectives and their sergeant, they have all been placed on modified duty, and 6 other detectives in this particular unit with Brooklyn North Narcotics, as well as the lieutenant and the captain, they have all been transferred to other precincts. But here, I just want to show you here. This is the claim, the notice of claim. They are filing suit for $100 million. Hang
on a second, guys.
Tonight, we are learning more about what.
Troll babies, what do you think before we get back to the topic at hand? Somebody says 300K. They're going to put him through a deposition. They're going to ask him if he's familiar with that area. Has he ever been caught up in a sweep? They're going to grill him when they said to him, as he just pointed out, they said, "Police, you're under arrest." If you're from the Brooklyn area, do you not know that lawful command? Police. Okay, you didn't know what they wanted, but they did say police. Now, then they're going to go dig through his records. They're going to put a flashlight in his ass. See what they can find. See if he's been convicted of anything. Selling Lucy's. Krills. That's an old Brooklyn saying. Krills. Somebody says 7 million. I don't know. Guys, how much did oh God. What's the guy's name that got choked out in Staten Island? What was his name? I forget. How much did he get? Was it Eric? Hold on, I'll Google it. Eric Garner. Now, he died. So how much did they pay his family. This guy didn't die. I'm not trying to make light of anything, but how much did his family get? Okay. Guys, sit tight in the queue. Eric Gardner's family got a $5.9 million settlement. Eric Gardner. 2,000, okay. Divided among his widow, children, and mother, pardon me, with nearly with $2.5 million in legal fees. So after taxes, what do you think? 1.6? Killed a man. Let me look in the live chat. This man's not dead. Can we redo the math? What do you think now, knowing how they killed Eric Gardner? I'm not trying to make fun of this situation. Somebody said a pack of Newports. I could have swore it was a Lucy. All right. Guys, let me also say, if anybody wants to call in about the Michael movie, I will let you speak about it. I have not seen it. I'm going to get to it at some point. I just, I don't want to see a whitewashed version of the Jackson 5. The Jackson 5 were cool as hell in the 70s when I was growing up. Michael Jackson's solo albums. Mr. C-Note says Rodney King got 3.8. Well, he got half of that. Maybe not even half. After taxes, legal fees. Didn't Rodney King start a record label? Did he start a record label? Oh my God. Pardon me, I'm being silly here. Hey, Bear, I got your donation. Thank you so much, darling. Okay. All right, let's keep it pushing. I really, really want to talk about this docu-series, but I can't play it because of the copyright concerns with Hulu. Okay. Here's another video, just for some context, because a lot of people don't necessarily remember everything. I had to go back, and then, I didn't want to do a whole deep dive. Someone in the live chat said that they offered him, NatureBoy, 7 years. If that's true, man, did he blow trial. Hold on a second. Here we go.
Now the trial for an accused cult leader charged with sexually assaulting one of his members today.
And prosecutors are sharing some chilling social media videos of the defendant claiming to be God. Atlanta News First reporter Brittany Ford joins us now from DeKalb County Courthouse with the latest on this. Brittany?
Prosecutors highlighted alleged violence and emotional abuse reported by some of the former members. Today, a cult expert was brought in to weigh in on those accounts.
I am not a man. I am not a woman. I am God.
Social media videos of defendant Elijah Bishop were played before the jury.
You in my dream. You in my dream.
Bishop is the alleged cult leader of a polygamous group called Carbon Nation. Friday, prosecution called cult expert Rick Allen Ross to the stand.
Did you form an opinion on whether or not the defendant fits the profile of a destructive authoritarian group leader?
Yes.
Ross explained he studied the group over the years and has observed dangerous behaviors.
They should obey him and that they should subordinate themselves to him.
Bishop is accused of raping one of his followers while residing in DeKalb County in March of 2022. The alleged victim says Bishop then posted revenge porn online when she decided to leave the group. The defense has stressed her statements to police contradict that any sort of rape occurred. Courtney Townsend is a former member.
What would happen if someone upset or angered Mr. Bishop?
I would say that
Stop right there. Now, that's Solar, yes? Courtney Townsend. That's Solar. He was dating Jaguar Wright. Or were they just hanging out? Remember Jaguar Wright screaming, "Solar, get in the car"? That's him right there.
During testimony, Townsend stated there was backlash against the alleged victim.
We collectively worked on videos to throw dirt on and make her seem crazy.
Now, Bishop is facing multiple charges, including false imprisonment and rape. If convicted, he faces a maximum penalty of life in prison without parole. We're live in DeKalb County. Brittany Ford.
Okay, now that's an old video before he got convicted. I just wanted to give you some context. And I'm glad I played that because, yeah, that guy's Solar. Hold on a second. Hey, Deeds, my show producer says, whoa, Deeds, Solar was dating NatureBoy? I know he was dating Jaguar Wright. Let me look in the live chat. I already played the video in case you're just now joining me. NatureBoy admitting to making gay movies. He said that was his hustle. He owned up to it. That was before Carbonation really picked up a lot of traction. Okay, hold on a second. Okay. Deed says no. He was dating Jaguar Wright. Okay, thank you, Deeds. All right, phone lines are open. I'm taking your calls on 3 different topics here. Clyde Drexler versus Charles Barkley. The Cult of NatureBoy, new docu-series. Guys, even if you have not seen the docu-series, anybody want to talk about cults? I have very little knowledge. I've never been in a cult. I knew some people, but I just I could never look up to any man other than my father. So I'm not trying to clown nobody. Hold on a second. Peace. Is it Wesley? Wesley, you got to call in. So guys, I'm not reading paragraphs. Please stop. Either send it a donation or call in. I'm 61. I don't feel like reading and squinting. For God's sakes. Hey, Dawn. Okay. Well, Dawn, thank you. But I don't celebrate my born day. But, salute to you. Thank you for the donation. Guys, is Dawn in the live chat? Thank you, Dawn. Okay. Now, here's the question, Dawn. Since you do celebrate your birthday and you're a Taurus, I'm no longer a Taurus. I became, in the mid to late 80s, limitless. That's my sign, limitless. But when I was, dabbling in astrology and mythology, yes, I was a Taurus. My question to you, Dawn, are you celebrating your birthday weekend? Are you selling a birthday weekend? See, that's the fly shit that black people used to do back in my era. A birthday weekend. Salute to Dawn. I think she's in the live chat. Okay. Blade, what's going on, man? Nisa speaks at Deadly Song. Okay, Blade, I want to stay focused on what we're talking about. I don't want to do too much. Let me go back to my notes here. Okay. Gene Richmond, are you out there, sir? I mentioned Haitian leaders earlier. Since this is a research show, this video here picked up a lot of traction. What's going on with Haitian leaders in Washington, D.C.? Gene Richmond, do you want to tap in, sir? Educate us, or anybody of Haitian descent, please. What's going on with Haitians and here in America?
Some community leaders and supporters of the Haitian community are headed to the nation's capital.
Now, many of those people have worked with Haitian immigrants for at least 5 years. That's when they came to our area legally under temporary protected status.
And News Center 7's Mike Campbell was in Clark County, and he talks to some people going to D.C. as the Supreme Court prepares to hear an appeal of the government's decision to end their legal status.
The people that support the TPS status for Haitians continuing say that they have been an asset to the Springfield community. Many of them have worked hard, paid taxes, even opened businesses or bought homes.
They work in every aspect of the country, whether it is in the community, in the school district, in the hospital, in the factories.
Vilace Dorsonville runs the Haitian Community Center in Springfield. He says he's fought for his community for several years, but this is the biggest threat. The current administration threatening to end their protected status, forcing them to go home or be here illegally.
And when we come here, we are asking for nothing else than to find a safe place to work.
A horrible tragedy, an explosion at an apartment complex in 2023 that claimed the life of a Haitian immigrant child, first brought attention to the wider community that about 15,000 refugees had located in Springfield. The move-in strained community resources, but...
Hang on a second. Coco, are you serious? People are now celebrating birthday months, the entire month, instead of the weekend?
Many people welcomed the Haitians.
We like them. We want them to stay here. They have been a credit to our neighborhood.
Bruce Wagle is the Rosedale Neighborhood Association president in Springfield. He said the reason people in Springfield and Dayton have rallied to support Haitians is very simple. They're hardworking, law-abiding people simply looking for a better life.
Everybody that came here usually is an immigrant. You're traced back. So they're making us great.
The bottom line for those that support the TPS status being extended for the Haitians here in the country is the fact that conditions in their home country haven't changed, so their refugee status shouldn't change, at least in their mind. Wednesday, the case will be heard by the Supreme Court. In Springfield, Mike Campbell, News Center 7.
Okay. All right, thank you for your comments, guys. I got my main nigga on the trigger. The white Denzel, Rory tapping in. Rory.
Yo.
What's going on, man?
What's good?
NatureBoy. Have you
What's
seen
up, blood?
What's up, blood? You seen the docu-series, NatureBoy?
No, I didn't see the docu-series. I was actually wanted to tap in on the local New York City news about the settlement for the guy.
Right. Now, hold on a second.
But yeah.
Hold on. So they're requesting $100 million, but Eric Gardner's family, he died. He got 5.9, and they had to split that and chop that up. The family may have gotten 1.6. What do you think?
No way. He's not getting no nothing like that. He'll get by the time it's all said and done, he'll be lucky he got 250,000. I'm gonna keep it a buck.
Come on.
Yeah, like most of the lawsuits. Real quick thought. I love the birthday month thing.
Come on.
I think there should be a White Denzel History Month. I love the birthday, just like it's
Stay on topic. Stay on topic. Come on, stay on topic, man. Come on.
All right. Yo, he'd be lucky if his punk ass gets 250,000. You gotta rack up a lot of for a lawsuit settlement. You got to rack up a lot of medical bills, like a lot of medical bills. We're talking surgeries, going into the future. You have to have occupational therapy for a long time. Well, he got some stitches on his legs. Ain't nobody going for that. He looked more like a diabetic than, anything when he walked in with the cane. You don't walk in with a cane because you got stitches on your leg. If you tore your ACL, you broke your femur. He's a jive ass turkey. They're gonna see right through that. The jury will see right through that. His face don't look so bad. He's all right. I really don't see it happening for him like that. People are crazy. They always talk about all this money they're going to get in a lawsuit, and it never happens. I know so many, especially, I got to be honest with you.
Hang on a second. I got to jump in here because, you and I know NYPD in New York City no longer has qualified immunity. So I think they're going to settle. This ain't going all the way. They're going to settle because at some point, he's going to have to consider whether he's, going to sue the cops. The cops are not protected. Can you tell people who don't know about qualified immunity with the police in New York City? Please, Rory.
Yeah, we're the only city in the country, I believe. They passed they took away their qualified immunity, meaning like police officers can be personally sued for, I think, for civil rights violations when on the job. I will say this: the guy has one thing in his corner. A big thing. We have a racist city council and a racist mayor, and basically we're run by a one-party system here, a racist party towards white people. So he has that in his corner. But litigation-wise, the police union has, serious lawyers who.
Can I jump in for a second, Rory? Hold on. New York City was the first in the U.S. to eliminate qualified immunity. Several states have also passed laws since removing qualified immunity. Oh, yeah. Colorado, New Mexico, Connecticut, and cities under those jurisdictions. So New York was the first, but it's not the only one now. It's picking up traction. Go ahead.
Yeah, I think the cops went a little bit too far, But I do think, back in the day, that was just a tune-up. That guy's old enough to know. Like I think they said he was around my age. He looks like 20 years older. But that was a tune-up. If he got the cut on his leg, yeah, maybe you go down and you file.
Rory, you're my friend, but you're a liar and a nigger. That was a beating. That was not a tune-up.
Yeah, they beat him up. Yeah, they beat him up. He started getting mouthy and resisted arrest, and they beat him up. I don't think he deserved it. I don't think he deserved it.
He didn't mouth off. He said, "What did I do? I didn't do nothing. I didn't do nothing. Nothing. I didn't do nothing."
Yeah, that's a trigger. That's a trigger phrase for white people. That's a trigger phrase. Whenever they start saying "didn't do nothing," that's like yeah, right. We don't like that. White people don't like that. You didn't do nothing. What are you talking about? You didn't do nothing. So yeah, I would be surprised if he got. I'd give him $500K at best, which is good for him. I mean, I would take a beating and a couple of stitches for $500K, no problem, all day, every day. But Barkley, can I comment on that?
Well, hang on a second. I don't want to do a whole long, thing on this, but I was just
I
was talking to a buddy of mine earlier, very knowledgeable man. Clyde Drexler versus Charles Barkley. Who is the better basketball legend?
Charles Barkley, 100%.
Come on.
Charles Barkley won an MVP. Drexler never did that. Charles Barkley was the dominant player on every team he played for, except when he got older and played with Olajuwon. You got to remember, Charles Barkley was 6'6", and he used to have to play the biggest guys, Shaq, all the centers. You got to respect that. He's rebounded against 7-footers. So, he's outweighed. Those guys are bigger than him. He's got to play defense against them. He shut down the biggest players on the court. So you got to respect that. And his all-around game was crazy. I mean, it was crazy. So I would say Charles Barkley all day. I'm not knocking Clyde Drexler, but no, he wasn't as.
Can I jump in? According to AI Overview, you're right. Clyde Drexler never won the NBA regular season MVP award. However, his closest opportunity came in 1991-92 season when he finished second in voting behind Michael Jordan. Just want to say that. Go ahead.
That's all right. Second just means you lost.
You're right.
Right. So, and he played for Portland too, and Portland was choke artists, and he was the leader of that team. And they never won a championship. They are the only ones who could compare to the Knicks as far as like being ringless since the 70s, but making the playoffs and always having a good run. And he was the leader of that team. So he could be looked at as a loser because he never led that team with all the runs they had deep into the playoffs. He never led that team to a championship, that city to a championship.
Listen, I don't want to go too far down the rabbit hole of the basketball question, but great to hear from you, man. I urge you to watch that Cult of Nature Boy docu-series. Very entertaining, Rory. Very, very entertaining.
I'll watch it. You say it's entertaining, I'll definitely watch it.
Right.
You know?
Salute.
All right, salute, Will.
Yeah. It's my main nigga on the trigger right there. Bad Guys Pod, thank you for your support, sir. Barkley, a better player. Clyde just has those rings. Rings or one ring, sir? I know about one ring. Did he have two? Troll baby, somebody educate me. Hang on, we have a Coco says, I can't stand Rory. Well, baby, I appreciate you being a member, so let's get that comment on the screen. Oh, wait a minute. Oh. Peace. Are you there? Thursday afternoon, early evening.
Listen, I sure am, and I ain't done nothing. I'm gonna get beat up now. I ain't done nothing. I ain't do nothing.
Come on, left hand.
I just had to get that off.
Peace, left hand. How are you, sir? Peace.
I'm chilling, baby. I'm chilling. Everything is everything.
What's going on?
Right? So I'm answering your question.
Come on.
Right? Because I'm not going to even say nothing. But anyway, Charles Barkley versus Clyde Drexler. Give me Clyde Drexler all day.
Let's go.
You know why? Because for all the MVPs that Charles Barkley got dominating, knock it off. Clyde Drexler got a championship ring. See, so like I get it. You talk, let them talk. Let them talk. Talk. I got it. So listen, check this out here.
Come on.
Check this out here.
Come on.
The reason I'm gonna stand on my square about Clyde Drexler is because Clyde Drexler played with Elijah Wan in college. 5 Slammer Jammers.
Right.
Yes.
Right.
He got beat by North Carolina State in '83. He lost to Georgetown and Patrick Ewing in '84. So the Portland Trailblazers thing, yeah, they was in the finals the year that the LA riots happened, when Jordan was shrugging his shoulders and all that. Okay, I got you. Went to join the Houston Rockets, got with Clyde Drexler, got with Elijah Wan, got with some people, Robert Horry, Kenny Smith, Sam Cassell, and won championship. Right? So for me, just to answer your question, so I ain't gonna hold you, my guy, Clyde Drexler, Charles Barkley, I can take or leave him.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Oh, yeah, he's one of the top 5 power forwards that ever played the game. Much respect on Charles Barkley. But after that, you can have Charles Barkley. You can have him. For all that stuff that he did in the Olympics against the Africans and all that, he that's what he's, you know what I mean? So if we're going to talk about it, let's talk about it. But, it is what it is. I ain't doing nothing. You know what I'm saying? I'm out, Star. I wanted to land my plane real quick.
Appreciate
I'm out.
you, man.
We'll
Yes, sir.
talk.
Salute. Peace.
My man.
Gene Richmond, I thought you were in the queue, sir. What happened? Number 9. Are you calling back? We have a member. You guys remember, so I appreciate you. Pretty Life Queens King. Can you send me an email now? What videos are you talking about? I got a video coming up. 2 Chinese women in China brawling on a subway, and nobody jumps in. But send me what you have, Pretty Life Queens King. They may have a law in China when people are fighting, don't intervene. I don't know, but let me get my homie on the line here. Gene Richmond, is that you, sir? Number 9 on a Thursday. Gene Richmond.
It is the cult of personality, the shaman of sensationalism. It is me, number 9.
Good to hear from you,
number
sir.
1 political man.
Where do you want to start?
Good to hear from you.
Where do you want to start, sir? Gene Richmond.
I want to talk about the Haitian debacle with TPS that is on the feet of the American Supreme Court as we speak. And it appears that they're leaning towards Trump's decision for mass deportation, which I agree with.
Okay. Whoa.
Which which I agree with wholeheartedly. We have to really understand that TPS is a temporary mandate by the government. Many of these people arrived here after the massive natural disaster, the earthquake in 2010. So we're talking about nearly 16 years. And in many cases, longer than that. There are people who've been here for 20 years under the TPS and so on and so forth. We've got a record number of them that arrived under the Biden administration within the last 4 or 5 years. But the reality is the United States is in a unique situation in regards to immigration with resources, its political dynamics, its social dynamics. We do not need to harbor people here or allow people to come here that are here on a temporary status, that are here illegally, or that just are seeking some sort of immigration support. You have to understand that every government in the world has a right to enforce its immigration policy. This country is no different. This country is no different. And I agree with the Trump administration for mass deportations, and I agree that it's time to end it. For not only the Haitians, the Syrians, the Venezuelans, the Cubans, there are other people on the chop block as well.
To be fair, the video that I just played, you saw what appeared to be white people supporting those Haitians because they work together in a community. They pool their resources, and they're trying to pursue the American dream. Now, I'm on the same page with you. You have to be vetted. You have to go through the legal process. But did you notice the white people in that video that were in favor of them staying?
Well, you've always had bleeding heart white liberals. I mean, this is something that's been occurring for decades. You've always had, especially the boomers, you've always had people that come out for an idea of progressivism, this globalist, universalist, one world nation idea that, hey, it's all inclusive and everybody should be here just because they're working, they should be here. And I think it's not fair to people who are here legally and people who are in the process of actually legally becoming citizens or attempting to be citizens of this country and waiting for the process to happen. Under a temporary mandate, that means at some point the time is up. Saying, well, Haiti is in no condition for us to go back. Well, when is the temporary time up? I mean, what is temporary? Is temporary 10 years, 5, 30, 40, 50 years?
Can I jump in a second? Number 9, it's members only today in my live chat, so members do spend money. Someone on the screen says, number 9 still believes that professional wrestling outcomes are legitimate.
Could you imagine that? Imagine that I didn't know wrestling was fake.
Just wanted to put that on the table, but okay. Hey man, have you seen the NatureBoy docu-series? Do you plan to? It's on Hulu.
Well, I do have a subscription to Hulu, and I'm going to check it out. I mean, I didn't really follow the case, but it's a very unique case when you talk about cults.
Oh yeah,
and this definitely was a cult, and it brings back some familiar cults like Jim Jones from Jamestown. And you can remember the mass death in Guyana in the 1970s. You got Heaven's Gate in the mid-90s. You got the Branch Davidians of David Koresh, Yahweh Ben Yahweh. I mean, just you can name so many. And so cults have been a part of the American fabric. I mean, even Charlie Manson had a cult. Yeah. So it's a very unique part of Americana, the American cult that people seem to. I mean, they even say Scientology is a cult. So
Dr. York, don't forget Dr. York.
Dr. York, absolutely, Dr. York. Who could forget? So it's something ingrained in the American fabric that there is this cult-like. Right. I mean, even if you go back to the Shakers, that was called a cult. You got the Azusa Street Prophets. That was a cult. Yeah. I mean, going back at the turn of the...
Well, hang on a second, because the Shakers, for those who don't know, the Shakers did not believe in procreating, so they all died off. That was like a totally different religious sect, if you will. But yeah, they believed that it was just It was their destiny to die off. Everybody else is not worthy of procreating with. Go ahead.
Right. Yeah. So it just, I don't think this is any different. So I'm definitely going to check out the documentary.
Yeah. Okay. Great to hear from you, man. But please keep me posted on this guy, David, because there's new evidence, supposed evidence, and they're, pointing to possible motives. I'm interested. Before, a couple of weeks ago, a month ago, I didn't care, but now I'm interested. Right?
I mean, this case is so gruesome. I mean, if he really did this crime, I mean, it's horrendous to hear how he desecrated this child's body and the remains.
Child, yeah.
I mean, it's horrific.
Yeah. Great to talk to you, number 9.
All right, thanks for having me.
Yes,
Thank
sir.
you.
Thank you. It's my guy, Gene Richmond. Someone says, is color neutral really a thing? You betcha. I'm color neutral. I've been saying that for decades. I don't hate anybody, but I'm allergic to broke niggas. I like black people, but niggers I have a problem with. And we are being overran right now in American society, if you ask me, by the niggers. The niggers are winning. They're winning the battle. I don't think they're going to win the war, but thank you for your donation. Winston, thank you so much. Okay. Guys, hold on a second. Have we? Oh, wow. Coming up on the 2-hour mark. I do want to take my break shortly. Okay, hang on a second. Someone says, I'm in the queue. Who's 310? Thank you for your patience. Are you there? 310. Is that Mr. C-Note? Mr. C-Note.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Hey, man, how are you? Thank you for your patience.
Man.
Where do you want to start?
Not doing bad. How about you?
Good. Talking about this new docu-series. You up to speed? NatureBoy.
Not too much on the docu-series, but like I said, I'm an MJ fan. I wanted to talk about that.
Okay, you saw, Michael Jordan or Michael Jackson? Which MJ?
Oh, yeah, my bad. Michael Jackson.
Okay. You saw the movie, Michael?
Yes, sir.
Tell us about it. Come on. Tell us about it. Man,
let me tell you, I'm the super fan. My mom took me to the Pepsi commercial.
Okay.
My mom took me to the 1984 at the Dodger Stadium. My mom took me to the Coliseum Bad Tour.
Nice.
I mean, so I've been to everything. So when I saw this movie, I saw a glimpse of all those things being portrayed.
Okay.
And I wasn't mad at it. I know there's a whole lot more that can be said. But hey, we all know it's a movie. We all know they only got an hour and so many minutes to give it to us. So I'm going to take it for what it is. And I did.
Okay.
And I wasn't mad at it at all.
I'm not hating. I am going to watch it at some point, and I'll let other people get it out of their systems. But there were different periods of the Jackson 5, and then they became the Jacksons. Michael was solo since the 70s, so he didn't just break away from his brothers. He'd been solo since the 70s, and I didn't see the Victory Tour. I was at Madison Square Garden, 1981, when Stacey Lattisaw opened up the show, and then the Jacksons came out. It was crazy. Along with everybody else who was screaming, Michael!
My bad. No laugh.
No, it's okay, but I am going to check it out. Anything that really stuck out with regards to his legacy, his impact? I mean, in your opinion?
I mean, in my opinion, the thing that stuck out was the performance by Jermaine's son.
Okay.
I mean, he really did a good job and, capturing his uncle, mannerisms. I mean, of course, he could have did some things I guess Janet complained about, but he did his thing, man. And when I found out that he actually did those live performances in front of studio audiences that they put extras in, that even made it even more impactful for me.
Hey, man, I appreciate the call.
Yeah, I appreciate you taking it, man. Long time call. Appreciate it.
Yes, sir. Salute. Thank you. Jermaine Jackson. Didn't he put out a Michael Jackson diss track? Hold on a second. Yeah. 1991, Jermaine put out a track called Word to the Bad. I thought that some of the lyrics said, they don't know you or something crazy. I said, what the fuck? I lost respect for Jermaine when he did that. Yeah, I was right there in the 70s with the J5, you know, and I also liked the Osmond brothers. Donny Osmond was my guy, man. Hold on a second, guys. Antoine, I got your donation cash app. Thank you for your support. Okay, somebody says, Star, are you sure about Marlon Jackson? Well, listen, I'll Google it. I remember. Can anybody else Google with me? Was it 2009 or 2008? Marlon Jackson he was working in a supermarket. He was bagging groceries and stocking the shelves. I think it was San Diego. Hold on a second. Did Marlon Jackson work bagging groceries? It's honest work. I'm not trying to clown him. At least he wasn't out there trying to sell drugs like Howard Hewitt. That was my nigga, Howard Hewitt. You guys ever heard of Howard Hewitt? Okay, according to AI Overview, based on reports from 2008, Marlon Jackson, he was reported working Vons, V-O-N-S supermarket in San Diego. Reports suggested Marlon worked as a stock boy, though he continued to be involved in entertainment. The New York Post. Whoa. Not that the Post is right. Hold on. That broke my heart, man. Okay. It says, yes. According to March 2008, report by the New York Post, Marlon Jackson was working at a Vons, V-O-N-S supermarket in San Diego, where his duties included stocking shelves. He was 51 at the time. Honest work. Honest work. Could you imagine touching stages? Fucking Belgium, France, Prague. And then you wind up stocking shelves in San Diego. I would put the shotgun in my mouth and pull the trigger. Oh, shit. No, Marlon was not the oldest. Please stop it. You guys are just saying anything. Jackie was the oldest. It was either, I think, Jackie and then Tito. Jermaine was in there somewhere. And then Marlon and Mike. I forget. Nigga said Marlon was the oldest. You don't know a goddamn thing. Stop it. Please stop. But he bounced back, you know. Somebody said, Star, were you rocking bell bottoms? I was rocking bell bottoms and marshmallow shoes. Google that one. Marshmallow shoes. I'm proud of my age. Plaid pants, shell toes. You've never heard of Google marshmallow shoes in the 70s. Proud of my goddamn age. That was before British Walkers. Had marshmallow shoes and Swedish knits. Is that timestamp Tiffany tapping in? 410.
Hey, so
Hey.
I'm looking up these marshmallow shoes.
I'll Google with you. Do you see them, Tiffany marshmallow shoes?
Oh my goodness, which one is at the top where it says and they come in white and yellow or just white?
I'm Googling too.
Oh, they got a little crochet.
Yeah,
hat.
there you go.
Oh, yeah, I remember.
Yeah. Listen, I'm proud of my age. I used to rock I had some suede burgundy marshmallow shoes. 1970. It was either 78 or 79. Go ahead.
Oh yeah, you thought she was popping, huh?
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I'm catching the show a little bit late, but I saw the headlines about the Hulu special with NatureBoy. So yeah, like that's when I like really started to get into like content on YouTube, and was just really, it drew me in, and I was like, oh, I didn't, this is new. So what got me about the docuseries, it was pretty, decent as far as, just the beginning and the end. But there were a lot more content creators who I felt, of course, gave a better insight into, just the inner workings and everything.
Salute to Sweet Ma for Life and Neek at Night.
What was it? Neek at Night, that's who you followed when it came to the
when it came to carbonation, yes, Sweet Ma for Life, Neek at Night. And there was others as well, but they were on that nigga's neck early with his bullshit. They were early.
Yeah, it was good. Yeah, it was good to see, again, like you say, foot on the ground, boots on the ground, the ones that just, start all the way to the end, to court, and cult like, mentality has always been fascinating to me. And just how people are just drawn in and start to, just want to belong, and how he let the power just overcome and get to him. I thought that was really interesting, and sorry about that. I had to roll out the window.
Take your time.
And then also I had been following the David trial, and I didn't want to believe. I was just like, I really hope that it was something else. Maybe somebody framed him, but just to start to find out all these details, and that they were possibly paying her friends, bands to let her use the phone, and possibly the parents having something to do with it. Like they should be on trial as well, because they said there's something about her having been, a runaway. So sorry, I'm rambling, but.
Can I jump in, Tiffany? I don't know enough about this guy, David. I'm just now getting interested in the story itself. I played a video earlier with regards to what they're saying is new evidence and a possible motive. She died in a gruesome way. She was a baby, and according to the reports, she knew David back when she was 11 years old. I'm not going to blame the parents, because sometimes parents of today have no control. You can't spank your kids. And sometimes these kids just, for whatever reason, different reasons, they can look to an outsider for friendship, comfort. But he's trying to get a speedy hearing, so to speak. But, in your heart of hearts, do you think that he could have done this? I don't know his music, to be honest with you.
Yeah, I don't know his music. My son, he showed me some videos, and he was just like, yeah, he did it. When it first came into me, he's like, based upon his music, he said, you want to separate the artist sometimes from what they sing about, but he just was a really dark character. And then him being, like he said, raised. I saw an interview, he said, like, the internet raised me. And I just was looking at his eyes, it just was like really dark and void of anything. And as you said, children, especially at that age, she was probably just really just impressed by, oh, David, you know, so to speak, the star. You know what I mean? He likes me, and it's just really unfortunate all around. But I do, and you say, well, parents, they don't have anything. Sometimes they no control. But she was 11, so
well. Again, I'm just going by the reports that I see. They did take her phone away, according to the reports and the prosecution. But David allegedly paid one of her friends $1,000 to give her a burner phone.
Right.
You know, $1,000.
Yeah, it's really unfortunate. It's a lot going on in the news lately. But that's just really sad because, again, in the gruesome way that her life was ended, and I just hope it's justice for her. If she can't bring her back.
Well, listen,
what other topics do you have on the table?
That's it. But listen, I really want your opinion. We're going to have to come back and revisit this Cult of Nature Boy docuseries. I'm going to watch part 4 this evening. And let's talk about it again because, I have no real knowledge, definitely no experience with regards to cults, but people do get sucked into these things. And sometimes they can't get out, and sometimes it's such a mind job from what I can see, and it can be tragic, in the end. But great to talk.
But he was right. But he was really persuasive. Even when I saw some of like his earlier beginnings when he first started, and I said, "Oh, I could see how somebody, in their 20s." That's when you're really starting.
It was a charmer.
And trying to fit in. Exactly. Absolutely. Mm-hmm. And then when he's like, you got to get in, we get ready to move on. So at that age, you're wanting to explore and really see what life is about.
Right.
And hey, I could see it, but I just finished part 4, so I'll chime in at another time. Thanks for taking my call here.
Great to talk to you, Tiffany.
All right. You too. Bye-bye for now.
Now, in China, is it a law to leave people and let them work it out? Nobody steps in. I found that to be very odd. I'll tell you why after we play the video. Here you go. This is courtesy of the New York Post. This is China and the subway system.
Doors were open.
好了，别打了。人家拍视频，让老年人这样，别管他们。你先动我了，你要来了，先过来先打我。你别管他们。你先来了。你好，我在地铁上面1号线。有2个人打架了。2个人打起来了。这个在新闸路站往火车站方向。
Nobody's jumping in.
1号线新闸路。 往上海火车站方向。在车上还在。别打了，还在机车的。还在打。喂，我发了。 你不要再动！看不到啊，那个05啊，05号。别打了！
That man just walked right by them. Hold on a second. Eye to eye focus. Thank you for being a member. No, sir, I disagree with you. That's not a normal day in a black hood. In the black hood, somebody either comes up behind you to team up on a person. If one person sees their friend getting beat, they try to pull him apart. They are letting these women fight on in a subway in China. Are you okay? Are you okay? Yo, bro.
Oh. 请忍！你别过去！ 你别管，你故意的，我故意的，你故意的，你在这地方一扯过来。打呀打呀，快打呀！上下车关系放弃。哎，好了好了，别打了，大家拍视频，对老年人这样。
The reason why I wanted to play that and ask the question, and I'm as serious as colon cancer, they may have some type of law where if you contribute to, I don't know, the death or somebody gets sliced or stabbed or shot, they may have some type of law. I do know that in Japan, decades ago, Japan, they created a law to stop people from jumping onto the train tracks to killing themselves. Anybody know that? If you jumped on the train tracks to kill yourself, maybe you didn't achieve something that you were supposed to, because in Japan, well, it used to be, if you were not a good provider, then the family would shame you. Anybody know what I'm talking about? If you jumped on the train tracks during rush hour and you died, the city could then sue your family because you slowed down production. Anybody ever heard of that? So they recommended that you go kill yourself someplace far away from, business where people are trying to get back and forth to work. I don't know. Anyway. All right. Let me look in the live chat real quick. Peace. Al Tariq, what's going on, man? He says, okay. He just sent me a picture of marshmallow shoes. Yeah, sir. I'm proud of my age. Born in 64. Marshmallows. Yeah. What were the coats before sheepskins? For anybody who really, knows early urban fashion. What were the coats? The very popular coats before sheepskins. Okay. Peace, Al Tariq. All right. Let me get back to my notes here. All right, we're coming up on the 2 hour and 30 minute mark. I'm going to wrap this up soon. Oh, did you guys see this? This is pretty sad. Well, maybe it's not sad. In Taco Bell in Florida, some women, were doing the most in a Taco Bell in West Palm Beach. You guys know what I'm talking about? And the worker pulls out his gun, slaps the girl in the head, and then the gun goes off and grazes her. Give me a second. We'll play the video. Right now, I want to talk to my nigga, Aladdin. Aladdin, good to hear from you, man. What's cracking? Aladdin.
Yeah, what's going on? I wanted to talk about the video.
Which one?
With the two Chung-Lee sisters fighting.
Yeah. Is there a law in China not to intervene?
Well, they probably were fighting over the $2 she probably owed from the egg rolls that she bought her last week. But
he. I'm asking a serious question. Serious question.
No, I don't know if it's a law for them to intervene, but it might be because you're being involved in an assault. So maybe you can't get charged if you intervene.
Oh.
And they, you know what I mean? It's just like in New York, and two people fighting on a train. Nobody.
No, Aladdin. With all due respect, it's not like New York. I'm as serious as colon cancer here. Nobody intervened. Somebody tapped them after they got it out of their system. Everybody doesn't move like America. Everybody's not filming something and laughing. Maybe they were filming for insurance reasons. I mean, if you don't know, just you don't know. I mean, I'm not pressing you, but I found that to be very odd.
Well, they're very strict in China. Like, remember when those basketball players went out there, they stole some sunglasses from the mall. They won't give them 4 years for it. So they're very strict in the laws in China. I know that.
Yeah, that's what I'm asking.
So yeah, so is it? Yeah. So you know what I mean. Getting yourself involved in a physical altercation, it could bring some type of law against you where you could get arrested. So that's probably why they just let them, hash it out. You know what I'm saying?
You're a man of a certain age. I've never been to China, but Have you bumped into a person from China? They don't say excuse me. Do you know why?
Why is that?
Because it's so overcrowded. Everyone doesn't have time to keep saying, oh, excuse me, sorry, pardon me. So it's not a customary thing to do to say excuse me. Here in America, if we bump into a Chinese person bumps into us, we get all upset. Yo, say excuse me, right?
Yeah, that's true. It is overpopulated over there. You're right.
Yeah.
I could see why they don't excuse me, because where they come from, bumping into somebody is just a normal day of life.
Normal. Yeah. Normal.
Yeah. I can understand that.
Okay.
But the video was entertaining. I was laughing.
Yeah.
You know.
Hey man, good to hear from you. I want to focus on the NatureBoy docu-series on Hulu. Any knowledge of NatureBoy and carbonation or no?
I don't have any knowledge of it, but you did ask if anybody has any knowledge of any cults. And I remember the Waco, Texas cult in 1993, where they were held up for 54 days, and they set the compound on fire, and 76 people involved in the cult died, and four FTA agents.
Yeah.
I don't know if you remember the Waco, Texas.
Yeah, David Koresh, man. All those children that died inside that compound. Yeah, I remember David Koresh.
Yeah, in 1993.
Yeah.
So I just wanted to mention that. You asked if anybody had any knowledge on other cults besides NatureBoy.
Okay.
Because I remember, I watched that on TV. I remember 93, and I was 12. Right. I thought that was crazy.
Yeah. Hey, man, great to talk to you, lad, and salute.
All right, take care.
you.